One of the most successful sporting teams in the world ever.
We're all the best in what we do.
They are killers.
There was an aura about them because they came, they went, they beat everyone.
We don't like losing. Our goal is to be the best team in the world and to win every game we play.
Our players are willing to die for the jersey.
It's life. That's the best way to put it. It is life.
Running out with the All Black jersey on is something you always dream to do, and it's quite hard to describe in words what it's like. You got to pinch yourself and say, it's a pretty special moment to put that jersey on. I think if you're tired of it, it's time to do something else. And to be honest, I can't see that happening for a while yet.
This is a story about a nation's soul. The land of the long white cloud, the land of rugby. What Charles Munro began in 1870 has become a sporting icon, a country's global signature, a shirt that tells 1,000 tales, a lasting marriage. For more than 100 years, a great game has held this island race in thrall. Gripped it from mountain top to suburban pastures, from rugged fields to city streets, from Maori to settler, from bank clerk to farm labourer, from cradle to grave. This is the story of a nation's goal, to rule the world, the rugby world. Rugby and New Zealand, New Zealand and rugby. Is there one without the other? Rugby brings meaning to this nation. What's a New Zealander without the dream of becoming an All Black? What's a man without a soul? Where does this all come from? From places like Ponsonby in Auckland, one of New Zealand's 500 amateur clubs. This is the beginning.
Well, the club's 133 years old. Well, we've got 36 junior teams and we have 12 senior teams, so about 48.
The first time I picked up a rugby ball, like most young New Zealanders, I think was at the age of 5 or so, when you could start at your local rugby club as a tiny tot, I think they called them back then.
My earliest memories, I suppose, are running around the local rugby club where my brother played, and Dad was the coach, and Mum ran the tuck shop there.
Clubs have always formed the cornerstone of the game in this country, the foundation. Well, these kids look like about under 7, they're part of the club.
In New Zealand, it's never too early to begin.
If you came around home and I had one of these in the house, I'd just be sort of juggling it or dropping it on my foot and having little kicks. And it's what I grew up doing. I've had one of these in my hand pretty much most of my life.
I came from a pretty small area in terms of school and opportunities to play sport, and rugby was sort of the main one. I guess I've sort of love all sort of sports, but rugby is the only one I was probably any good at.
This is Lovelock Track, named after Jack Lovelock. He's a famous New Zealand runner, and this is where I've been training for the last 20 or so years. My main ingredient in whatever sport I did was I was quick. Whether it was softball, running around the bases, or track running around a track, rugby or rugby league, I always had a jump on those around me. A lot of people down here know me by a name, Dougie the rugby player, yeah. I get the odd 50-metre sprint race every now and then. Everybody wants to challenge me. That'd be nice. My dad even now comes down and holds a stopwatch for me as I run around this track.
In places like this is where the dream begins, the dream of that jersey. At a place like Ponsonby, it's everywhere. 50 All Blacks have come from this one club, And this one's no slouch either.
There's B.G. Williams. He wasn't a bad player, actually. He wasn't too bad. I tell my sons that he was pretty good.
Brian Williams has worn the jersey.
Brian Williams!
A lethal scorer through the 70s.
No more popular try scorer than Brian Williams.
And for each new generation, there is a black-shirted hero to live up to.
Guys like Michael Jones, I remember pretty well, and obviously he was a bit of a star at that World Cup. I remember another guy that sort of sticks out a bit was John Kirwan, because he scored the try.
John Kirwan!
He ran length of the field against Italy. That's a memory, deeply ingrained in my head, and just because of the way he was running and the amount of people he beat.
It's a standing ovation all around the crowd.
One of my childhood heroes was a guy called Grant Batty, and I can still remember him arriving at the ground at College Rifles, and I was standing at the bottom of the stairs of this huge bus that was so big in those days, and I can still remember him coming down the stairs, and I threw out a bit of paper or just went to touch him, and he turned around and he said, "How you going, little boy?" That sort of, and I just touched him, and from that moment on, I just dreamt, I suppose, of being an All Black.
Who do you want to play for when you're older?
All Blacks.
Why do you like it?
Good. I'm wearing this. Bird.
Play hard, boys. Train hard.
That's right.
One day that can be you. It's an achievable dream.
What does that mean to you?
It means I'm a champion.
I was just like a lot of other young New Zealand males who had that dream right from when they started playing rugby.
As a youngster, you play the game because you love it, and the All Blacks are there. It'd be great to be one, but until you sort of start making those steps, then it becomes clear that there is a path for you.